Guys, Snowy here. So, in case you guys have not seen this, Bill Nye released a series on Netflix. I believe it's called Bill Nye Saves the World. And because a lot of people loved Bill Nye when he worked with Disney and shit to create and teach, stuff about science. So he created this new show. He's a lot older now. And I believe that this was episode 2, episode 3, some sort of episode, right? And this guy comes on, and this episode was based on alternative medicine. It's how can I say it? It's not real medicine. It's just people yelling or some shit like that. But then this guy comes on, all right, and talks a whole bunch of shit, which is racist. And I know I'm one of those people who scream racism on everything as a joke or as a test most of the time. But I've watched this, and I can tell you that it is indeed racist. So let's go ahead and play a little bit.
Medicines have a lot of problems, but there's a big one we haven't talked about. I'll let Prashant Venkat, one of our writers on the show,
Keep that in mind, he's a writer on the show. This guy is literally writing, one of the writers at least, he's writing all of this, and he's a racist. It just puts some things in perspective.
Prashant?
Thank you, Bill. Now, I know what you're thinking. Indian guy might be into alt medicines and stuff, but I actually hate...
I was not thinking that. I don't know about you guys, but when I see somebody like him, the first thing I think of isn't alternative medicines. I really ever think... I think about a lot of things a day. It's rarely alternative medicine. But, alright, continue.
hate them. I especially hate how they're marketed. Remember sound therapy guy David Gibson? Did you happen to notice these little gems peppered around his place? Why are there 3 random...
Okay, so... apparently this guy, or the guy who he is referring to, is an alternative medicine person, and he has Buddhist statues everywhere. Now, couldn't the guy just be Buddhist or into the Buddhism religion? I know plenty of Christians that if they couldn't be Christians or they weren't Christians would be Buddhist. Not my case. Maybe I'll talk about that in a different video because people would disagree with me. But it would not be Buddhism. Let me continue.
Random Buddhas and an Om symbol. Is Wes Anderson about to shoot a movie there? Sound therapy has nothing to do with Buddhism or Hinduism. This happens a lot, so I'm just gonna come out and say it. White people, I love you. But stop using Asian wallpaper for street cred. I see what you're...
Okay, so is it okay to address an entire race like that? In my opinion, no, because there will be some people, now I'm not entirely sure on this, I didn't research this, but don't white people make up a huge majority of the world? If not the biggest? No, probably not. Probably would be, yeah, probably not, but, if so, I can show shit off on screen. So, for you to address a population that's in the millions or even billions, there's going to be 1 or 2 people who are not what you are describing. Alright? And potentially, and you're definitely way more. I don't care about your shit. I literally think I don't have anything Asian in my room except for everything in my room that's made by China. And, yeah, okay, let's just keep going.
You're doing, and it's stupid. Look, I get it, white people. It's hard selling incense without weed.
What? It's hard selling. Let me get that. It's hard to get even through my head. It's hard to sell incense without weed. So what she's talking about here is incense. You can smell it. Smells good. It's like a candle. This has some more religious perspectives or whatever. But this guy is saying that has something to do with weed. I don't know about that one. My sister buys incense. Not weed related though. Alright, keep going.
So you say it's magic and that it cures gout, and for good measure you throw in a Ganesh statue just to give it this ancient wisdomy feel. Suddenly business is booming. It's actually the oldest trick in the book. Half nonsense, half Indian. It's called the Deepak Chopra. Then again, it's not entirely your fault, white people. Which is why I want to say something to my fellow Asians. Asians, lend me your ears. Stop convincing white people it is real. This is as...
Again, you address an entire audience of people that, you know, if... Hang on, let me think. So if white people is the biggest majority, I believe that Asians would be the second. Because a lot of people forget that Asians also include the entire Middle East, pretty much. So, you know, probably Asians are the biggest. So you can't address an entire race like that. It's not, no, because there's always going to be people that disagree with when you have that huge of a pool. Alright, let's continue.
much on you as it is on them. You know how gullible they are.
Okay, yeah, that's racist. It's so racist. You just claimed all white people are gullible. That is bullshit. And look how pissed off some of these people look. Like, look at this. I have a mouse. Look at that guy. Look how pissed off he looks. Some of these guys are laughing. But look how pissed he is. He knows what's good. Okay, so this guy just said that all white people... I like how this is majority white, by the way. Just gonna point that out. Gullible? Oh, God. And I don't want to... But can I just say Nigerian scammers? Like the worst scammers in the universe? Alright, but keep going.
You know they just want to fit in. Look, I know. We all had a lot of fun watching white people get Chinese tramp stamps throughout the 2000s. But this is different. When they see Asians doing Reiki to cure cancer or South Asians marrying people based on astrology, they see truth and they want to copy us. And that's when it gets really dangerous. But more importantly...
I don't think we really need to copy you. I don't think the entire... As I said, he's addressing the entire race. I don't think everyone who is white wants to copy an Asian person. You know, my personal belief. I guess. Alright, continue.
That's when it gets really tacky. I mean, look what they've done to yoga.
Look what they've done to yoga. Now it's all for moms. What the hell? So here he addresses... Alright, you know, I can let the clip speak for itself and hope I don't copyright it.
Yoga was badass. Yoga is actually good for you, but white people got their Lululemon hands on it and turned it into the smooth jazz of the fitness world. Can't we just come to a ceasefire? Asians, stop selling unregulated remedies with no scientific basis. And white people, stop using Asian culture to sell unregulated remedies with no scientific proof. Let's just get back to the good old days. Put the Ganesh statue into storage and just go back to telling me how much you love samosas. Thank you.
Prashant Venkat, man, that was great.
Well, fuck, I had my mic off the entire goddamn time. I just never realized my mic was muted throughout the entire outro I just recorded. So, maybe some of you guys will disagree with me and say,
Joey, this is not racist. What are you talking about?
I disagree. I believe that this is completely racist and completely uncalled for. Now, I would like for you guys to leave your comments down below, telling me what you think about this. Now, unfortunately, there is no part of my analytics that tell me the race of my audience. But, okay. I mean, I know the age of my audience, for the most part, because of, wait, do I know? Okay, anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. If you guys have enjoyed, please remember to share, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Mwah.